I just did. This is me doing this video second time. I recorded the whole video. It was about, I don't know how long it was. I didn't even look at how long it was. But I checked the audio and my mic wasn't on. So, yeah. Here are a couple of reasons every man should do the things that he sucks at, the things that he's not good at, the things that he know he's not good at. The things that he's fearful of, right? So, reason number one reason you should work on things that you're not comfortable doing is because nobody else is, right? Though that may seem pretty simple, you have to understand how powerful that is. In the ebook that I wrote called The Stoic Athlete, it's a philosophy that I built based off of how I choose to go about life. Obviously, it's heavily influenced by Stoicism, but it's not fully, to help them become physically and mentally strong, mostly mentally. This is what this focuses on, right? I do the physical training, the performance training, but that faction is built on just the mental performance of an athlete. You have to be able to perform mentally in game and in life, right? In that ebook, one of the reasons I listed that I use for myself is that when you work on things, if student athletes can work on things at that very young age, and the example that I use that most people their age would have is like stage fright. You have to present you got a presentation in class, and that project could be amazing, right? Because you don't have those public speaking skills, but you up there and you feel like you just messing it up. You might actually be messing it up, right? If student athletes can work on skills like that, the tangible skills, communication skills, problem solving skills, critical thinking, by the time they get 20, 21, 22, 23, and they're in the workforce, not everybody's going to go to the league, bro. We know this. I know this. They have these skills that they've worked on, and we've helped them work on. They'll understand that they are light years in front of the people who don't naturally have those skills, because you'll have those people who naturally have those skills. They just outgoing people. They can speak in front of people. They have communicate, problem solving skills. They just have it. Not everybody is like that, right? They will be light years above the people who in high school were worried about girls, boys, relationships, partying, drinking, hanging out with their friends. Hey, what y'all doing on the weekend? You know what I'm saying? Light years above those people. Figured out what they were bad at, and they deliberately made a plan and worked on those things, right? They approached it head on. It sucks to put yourself in situations that you're not good at. Sometimes I'm socially awkward. I have to do networking events. I literally have a job now where I have to talk to people more, bro. I'm in the army. At first, for the past 5 years, bro, I've been blowing stuff up. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be socially inclined to blow stuff up, bro. Pretty quick decision making. But it doesn't involve you having to interact with people too much in a professional environment, right? So nobody else is working on that. You have to understand that that's a powerful skill. You are putting yourself in that 1% of people who are self-aware enough to look at themselves and say, I am socially awkward. Let me go work on it. Instead of, I am socially awkward. I'm just not going to leave the house. I can't speak in front of people. I'm just not going to talk to nobody. My critical thinking skills are really not there. So when situations get hard, I'm just going to let it solve itself. You know what I'm saying? Right? So things like that. These are normal everyday skills that look at it like it's nothing, but when you really think about it, you put yourself out there in the world, you understand that you need these skills to develop and get better, right? So reason number 2, every man needs to work on the things that makes him uncomfortable, right? Is that scientific studies show, neurologically based, the processes in your brain that help you learn, create neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the process of learning new skills. Science shows that, let's say you're bad at something, right? You go do that thing and you come out on the other end alive, You're not going to die in every situation. And you can see that, oh man, I made it out. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It wasn't bad as I thought it was going to be. Right? It makes it more likely that you will be able to do that thing and do it better the next time. It's pretty basic if you think about it. If I'm not that great interacting socially in a professional environment or just in general, not that I put myself in a job where I have to, bro, I have to. So let's say I go get a different job where I'm doing the same thing on a higher level. I understand that, bro. It was a task for me back then, but it's even then it might be a task for me then when I do it in the future. But I understand that it's possible because at least I did it, right? And I have the ability to learn these skills and learn to interact and learn, the ins and outs of this thing that I've been scared of for so many years. I'm going to throw another one in there. This wasn't even on the list, but I'm going to throw another one in there. Bro, being willing to admit that you suck at, let's say you're in a relationship, right? And when somebody brings up something, your significant other or the person you're in a relationship with brings up something that you know you lied about and you immediately shut off, right? Being able to admit that, damn, bro, that kind of sucks, like that's probably not the right way or the best way to handle things because you're pushing people away, right? When you get caught up in like a very simple lie at work, you start to lie more to cover up, it's a pretty toxic trait. Being able to and willing to admit things that you're not good at, things that you should be good at, the admit that you're bad at these things, also put yourself in a top 1%. Right, but back to what I was saying, if you do that thing that you suck at, bro, you're going to get better. Right? Which kind of brings me into the third reason. Reason number 3, every man should do things that he's uncomfortable with doing. You only get better. You're never going to get worse. Now, I guess you could say never say never. Bro, if you shooting in the gym 100 shots a day for 365 days and you come out with a worse shooting percentage, go see a therapist. Go see a doctor. I can't help you. Look, I say that because that's an example that I did, right? I would go to the gym. Sometimes I would use basketball as a warm-up. I was always okay, but I was never especially a good enough shooter because I'm a short guy, right? It's a different shooting mechanism, and I just don't produce as much power to shoot further from the basket, right? As well, my mechanics are different, right? And then when I'm shooting, I would notice things, right? So I'm shooting a lot of shots a day, and me doing it all the time would help me notice that, hey, most of the time when I shoot the ball, if it comes off my fingers this way, it goes to the right. Or I'm not producing enough power because it's getting there to the basket. It's on line. It's on target. It's just not getting to the basket. It's falling short. So if I put enough, if I'm on this part of the court, I have to put a little bit more power. And it only makes sense that I have to put a little bit more power if I go further. I also learned that you get more power from a smaller base. Right? So if you're overshooting when you're closer to the basket, bro, a lot of times you want to have a bigger base to kind of produce less power. So you don't overshoot the basket. But if you don't catch these mechanics deliberately, actually watch them and notice them and catch them and deliberately try to stop doing certain things or adding certain things to your game, you're just mindlessly just going in there just putting up shots or not practicing at all and going into games and you just bricking. You know what I'm saying? If you don't actually do it, you're not going to get better. But you always get better. You will never get worse. There's only up. There's only pros. There's never cons to practicing things that you suck at, bro. Always strive to do the things that you're ass at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing things that you're good at. Of course, do them to get a little bit better at them, but you're already good at let's say reading. Put off reading 30,000 books a week and go talk to some people, bro. You're pretty good with people, bro. Get out the parties, hanging out with your friends all the time. You don't necessarily even have to be at parties and clubs with them. You just always with your people. Go work on a business, bro. Go work on getting better in your career. Actually start a career, not just a job. Start a career. There's a difference, bro. Right? Go find something that you're good at, but you have to take time away from that to do that. You've always been afraid to have a career because you know having a career, you get fired, bro, you losing a lot of money. I'm saying you could show up to Lowe's late. You could show up to Home Depot and Walmart, Target late. If you're part of the marketing team for Google, you could show up late a couple times if you want to, bro. There's plenty of other marketers waiting to take your job, and that's what you're scared of. That's the truth, bro. Right? So, nobody else is doing it. Studies show that you always get better, and studies show that you'll be better. And you understanding that you will always get better, you will never get worse. Right? So, those are my 3 reasons every man needs to work on things that he's uncomfortable doing, things that he's scared of, things that he's fearful of. Stop working on the things that you're good at. Start working on the things that you're trash at. Right? My name is DJ Hampton. Bro, I'm here to make you a better man. Stay tapped in, bro. Real talk.